Hey, all you Atlas Earthlings, welcome back. Bronze Dragon here saying, hey, thanks for dropping by. As always, I appreciate the time you spend with me. Well, we are 3 days into February, and I'm happy to report that I just completed my challenge ladder. Before we jump into that, I want to say thanks to all the people who have recently joined my channel and to all those who have joined over the last year. I appreciate it. I hope to give you value in your Atlas Earth playing, and I'm just enjoying playing the game. So that's why I'm doing the videos and hopefully passing something along. So this is going to be a little bit of a two-parter video. The first part, I'm going to provide a small update on how I passed the challenge ladder at this point and where I stand in the game. But the bulk of this episode is going to be dedicated to a topic that I feel is very important, especially with a lot of new Atlas Earth players here watching these videos. And the topic is a few things not to do in Atlas Earth because you will get banned. So this topic came up in a discussion I was just watching, going back and forth on Discord yesterday, and I've done another video on this. It was several months ago, and we've talked about this from time to time, but I just wanted to go ahead and bring it up again and emphasize these points about basically what to do, what not to do in Atlas Earth for fear of being banned. So before that, if you are getting value out of these episodes, please leave a like on my whatever you're watching that you liked, or if you feel that you got some value out of it. And, you know, the numbers say that 65% of the people that watch my videos just aren't subscribed. So why not? Please subscribe. It's just a click of the button and it helps me out. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, as I just mentioned, you can see that I completed the challenge ladder for February. I feel that I think that the team, Manning and the team, are still adjusting the numbers. I'm not going to dive in because a lot of times if you are actually playing the challenge ladder, you'll see kind of the things that have changed over time. The challenges started really the numbers were high about things that were needed to pass the challenge ladder in November. They decreased a little bit in December, and then January we were hit with a greatly decreased amount, and things are changing, but the team is finding, they're trying to find a happy median in there where they're making the money they want off of the program, getting a certain amount of people to subscribe. That's the whole goal. Making it a little bit easier it will bring more people in for subscriptions, right? But I'm sure it's a little bit of a balancing act, trying to find that happy median. What's the best for their business and what's the best for bringing in new customers. Either way, I was able to complete it. We'll take a look at the challenges because that's the next question. A lot of people ask me, well, if you completed in 3 days, last month I completed in 5 days. Let's talk a little bit about the challenges that I passed. You'll see that I did a few levels of convert virtual rent to Atlas bucks, but I didn't overall spend a whole lot. I also did the normal boost rent. I did a few surveys. Now, with that said, I found that at the very beginning of the month, the surveys were hit and miss, even more than what they normally are. I normally find it a little bit challenging, not as much as a lot of people report. I usually find about I usually have to go through like three or four different surveys, spending a few minutes per survey trying to find one that actually sticks. And this was a little bit harder, a lot harder than what it was last month. And like I can remember back in December where I had to pass like 20 surveys to pass through that final challenge. And I was able to do it. Now, here at the very beginning of the month, I heard a lot of people reporting, and I had the same issue as, you know, I was presented with 4 or 5 surveys and I went through all of them, and I went through, you know, I spent like a half hour to 40 minutes trying to get through them, and I was kicked out of all of them. And then there was nothing left. Okay, so I had to go ahead and just put that down until the next day, and they repopulated, and I was able to go ahead and jump in and do that, get the surveys done as needed. You'll also note that the numbers for the surveys needed has come down. Purchase parcels, I believe I did I've done all 4 levels of purchase parcels. In fact, I just got back I actually bought some parcels in a graveyard because they have a veterans memorial there in the graveyard nearby here. And it is in a location outside of my home area, which I'm that's my next target as far as taking over mayor. So I've made good progress on that. But I just came home. And as I discussed in one of my last videos, I've been interspersing, I don't think that's the proper use of that term, but I've been buying parcels interspersed, which required me to break tier, which I know is a no-no for everybody. But I discussed this in a previous video where I'm trying to get all the challenges done in the ladder to complete that on a monthly basis and try to make 1 tier jump in total per month. So if I can accomplish that, I think I'm doing good. But I'm starting to get to the higher numbers, and it might be a challenge for me to get enough Atlas bucks to do a full tier jump in a month. But with that said, I broke tier that first day of the month. So it was 1, 3, 5, 10. I bought 1 and then I bought 3. Those were back to back for me. And then I went a day doing some other challenges. And then I've got the 5th level or the 3rd level to pop up. And then on the 3rd day, I got the 4th level to pop up. So I had to thank my wife for, we both took 2 days, 2 separate days, drive over to sit outside of a graveyard to buy parcels for a while. But my main point there is I broke tier, which ended up me, giving up, I think it would be maybe no more than 40 cents over the 3 days, maybe 35 cents or something like that. We talked about this on a previous episode. But my whole point is I didn't give up too much, breaking tier. And then finally I hit break even. I was above break even by the time I did my 3rd level of buy parcels. And then today was just gravy because I brought it up to, and we'll take a look at the numbers here in a minute, but brought it up to the maximum of the current tier I'm in. I also have done a few amp missions. In fact, the one mission that kicked me over the top and finished out the challenge ladder for me was I bought salads for us for dinner. And then at the top we have the boost rent, some more survey or another couple surveys. Golf is the only mini game I took part in, and it had 3 back-to-back challenges stacked up on me. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. And I powered through those, and that helped. But although those mini games, they don't give you a whole lot as far as points go. Obviously, the more points, the more heavily weighted challenges are the ones that make the team more money. So it's pretty obvious there. So, and here at the top, you can see I completed the 10 purchase parcels and then the amp mission to complete me out. So here is what my disbursement looks like of parcels, and we'll take a look at it in the Atlas Earth calculator here in a minute, but I'm a little bit above average on legendaries because I purposefully put down one of my legendary parcel upgrades right on the Veterans Memorial block because I've been looking for a place to put some of these down that I'm accumulating from doing the monthly challenges. So I figured that was a good place to put it. Okay, you can see the numbers here. Actually, you could see them better if I make my head smaller. Okay, so here are the numbers. You can see the same numbers I had up on my phone. You can see I'm above average on commons, which is not what you want, right? But I'm below average on epics and rares, and I'm slightly above average in legendaries, mostly because I got a pretty good draw sitting there at that graveyard, actually. I felt that the luck was with me, and I drew several while accumulating. It was over 100 I bought, 110 total there. Plus I did the legendary parcel upgrade. So that's where I stand. And if you were following me on my last episode, I showed where my my break-even point for my last tier was at approximately 88.5 cents per day. This brings me up to 96 cents per day. Okay, so one of the popular questions I always get is, hey, how much does it take to make $1 a day? Well, I'm almost there. So I'm at 7:30. So next month, whenever I do my tier jump, whether it's a full tier jump, because the next one is like 140 or 145 parcels. So I'll be straining to get that much to do that, but we'll see. I'll try to at least get to get to the break-even point, but I'll be above $1. That's my point. So you can see that right around $800 parcels, you'll start hitting that kind of $1 average per day. Okay, that's my update. Now on to what I consider a serious topic and the important part of this video, other than strategy that I just went over. What not to do if you're new to Atlas Earth. There are some big things that will get you banned, okay? One of the big things is, the first big thing I'll mention is location spoofing, okay? Location spoofing is using various forms of software, and I'm not going to go into it, that basically make your phone, a location where it's not really there. So you can be in a different state, different country, what have you. If they catch you doing that, you will get banned, okay? We're not going to go into what's happened in the past, but let's just say that over the last year to 2 years, they've really put some time and effort and money into upping their game as far as catching people that are doing things they shouldn't be doing. Okay, location spoofing, number one, no. Okay, number two, multiple accounts. Okay, Atlas Earth, it's plain and simple. You can have one account. Okay, you can have one account on one device. Okay, your wife, your children, whoever, if they're living in the same household, they can have an account on their device, but you can't share. You can't log into your account on their device, and vice versa. Okay. So that's it, one account. Okay. And that leads into the third topic, which is rarity manipulation. Okay. Rarity manipulation is accomplished by having, well, one of two ways. Either having multiple accounts, buying land and playing the game, and then selling off legendaries and or epics to another account at a very cheap price, like the minimum, which is 150 Atlas bucks. So you're trying to accumulate all of the legendary parcels on one account. Okay. Now that can be accomplished either through having multiple accounts, or that can be accomplished through having people sell you legendary parcels at a very cheap price. Okay. Now I'm not going to go into the details. If you're interested, you can look in Discord for Mod Manny's discussion on this on February 2nd. You can scroll back through and search for his name. But it is possible, and it will, if you do that, if you are, say for instance, your friend starts selling you, your friend starts playing and your friend sells you all his legendary parcels for 150 a pop. As soon as that happens, then it's going to put you into a queue for manual review. Okay, so this isn't like an auto ban or anything. This puts you into a queue for a manual review, and if they see what you're doing, then you could be banned by the person reviewing. Okay, so that is rarity manipulation, which you want to stay away from, which in a lot of cases comes from multiple accounts. People start multiple accounts and then they start playing them on a daily basis and then focus all the legendary parcels onto one account. It's a no-no. That will get you banned, and they're very aware of it, and they've got people looking for this. And just to kind of punctuate this, this is one of the statements I found from Manning from yesterday. We shut down an account this week that was buying and selling between himself across 21 accounts. So they are watching for this. But none of this is automated bans. Okay, all this goes through a manual review. But like I said, you're going to want to stay away from location spoofing. Just have one account. Stay away from multiple accounts. And stay away from rarity manipulation, which usually comes from having multiple accounts. One account, one person, one device. This has been Bronze Dragon. I hope this has been useful. I hope everyone on your side is happy and healthy, and I hope you're well on your way to completing your February challenge ladder if you are so inclined. I will see you in Atlas Earth.